Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us this Monday. I'm Jeanelle Slade.
And I'm Jay Cohn. Some people in Billings with no other place to stay could find themselves out in the cold during the worst of winter.
The Montana Rescue Mission says it will no longer take in those seeking shelter who have been using alcohol.
Previously, everyone was allowed to come inside the shelter who needed a place to stay on nights with bad weather.
Russ Riesinger talked to the executive director of the Montana Rescue Mission about the policy change and what will happen to those impacted. Russ.
It doesn't officially have to be winter for our weather to be dangerously frigid. The executive director of the Montana Rescue Mission told me he hates to see anyone cold, but he says this policy change is being made for the safety of staff and also for the safety of those who stay here and do follow the rules.
This may sound a little bit hard, but for years everyone's looked to Montana Rescue Mission as the solution for this, but frankly we don't have the capital resources, the financial resources or the staffing to really deal with these folks.
So from now on, instead of allowing those who've been drinking to still come out of the cold on those nights when the weather outside becomes frightful, they will instead be given the option to come here to the Community Crisis Center.
Yeah, the simple solution for them, and I know they have addiction issues, is go work with the crisis center, get beyond the addiction and come in sober the next day, and they can stay for as long as they need to. So
it's going to create a big strain on my staff in particular. We do have a formal triage process in place, and that is to make sure that we are serving those that are in the most need due to mental health and substance abuse. But we still have the law enforcement that bring people to us in crisis. We have the hospitals that send people to us in crisis. We have private individuals that bring people. And so what's going to happen is those in the most need will be able to be served.
And that could lead to some people who truly need help being put back on the streets. The Crisis Center has already reached its 45-person capacity 5 times in October alone.
And so, weather doesn't always predict the capacity issues, but I do fear that since we've already hit that capacity issue in October, that is a strong indicator that it will continue all winter long.
Neri did tell me she's been working with a local church trying to find a place to meet this need. With winter fast approaching, she's hoping that solution will come soon. In Billings, I'm Russ Riesinger reporting for MTN News.
All right, thank you very much, Russ.
On the Weather Scene, Q2 Chief Forecaster Bob McGuire joining us now to weigh in on that cold and what we can expect, Bob.
It's going to be cold again tonight. That's going to be below freezing. Let me show you. It's going to be 25 degrees above zero in the Billings area. Elsewhere around the state, we're talking teens out in the west. There'll be teens and 20s across the rest of eastern Montana. But take a look at the rest of the week. These are overnight lows. The numbers of the white boxes. You can see we're going to stay into the 30s tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, 32 degrees. But look what happens on Friday night. We go down to 21 degrees. It's going to be very chilly. And not only here in Billings, it's going to be single digits and teens in the northeast and also a lot of teens and 20s out in the west. So basically we've got some more cold air coming our way this week, and it's going to stick around for a while. We'll have more in the forecast in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Bob. A Billings coin shop now joins the list of possible targets on a nationwide crime spree. Take a look. Surveillance cameras got a good look at 2 men who walked into Grizzly Gold and Silver on King Avenue just before 6 p.m. last Friday night. Now, a dozen gold coins worth $13,000 were discovered missing shortly after those men left. The store manager says one of the men could be seen on camera palming coins and putting them in his pocket. The manager told Q2 he thinks the suspects could possibly be connected to a series of coin shop thefts in South Carolina, Iowa, Montana, and Idaho. A $1,000 reward is being offered tonight for information in this theft.
As wildfires burn out of control in Northern California, the death toll there has now reached 42. And in Southern California, more than 250,000 residents of Malibu and Calabasas have been forced from their homes. Ileana Diaz has the latest tonight.
The devastation mounted Monday as the California wildfires raged on for a 5th day. Officials say the fires are the most destructive ever in the state, based on the number of homes and buildings destroyed. For thousands of residents, it's been terrifying.
It melted my mailbox and caught my hill on fire and my lawn, and I jumped off the roof. And about a 30-second window to get out. I was screaming at my wife, we gotta go.
In the Northern California town of Paradise, the search for bodies continued after the Camp Fire left the town of 27,000 looking like a flattened war zone. State DNA experts are trying to help identify victims.
In some cases, the remains that we are recovering are nothing but ash and bone.
South of the campfire, the Bay Bridge outside San Francisco was shrouded in smoke. Here in Southern California, this is one of hundreds of homes that burned down in the Woolsey fire. The home completely collapsed, and the only thing remotely intact is this truck left in the driveway. Officials estimate the blaze has destroyed hundreds of buildings, and that number is expected to rise. At least 2 new fires broke out just west of Los Angeles when the winds picked up again. And in Simi Valley, a new fire nearly overran a major freeway. The fires are still only partially contained up and down the state. Last week, the Oak Park home of Linda and Johnny Castellanos suffered minor damage when wildfires raced through it. But it burned a second time over the weekend, and their home is now a total loss. Ileana Diaz, Calabasas, California, CBS News.
And in a tweet tonight, President Trump says he has now signed an expedited major disaster declaration for the state of California.
While firefighters from Montana are moving out to help, some of our state residents are also impacted by those devastating fires. For airman and California resident Jordan Bush, who is stationed at the air base in Great Falls, his entire family was evacuated from their California home. All of their belongings left behind as family members raced against the clock. Didn't take long before Bush's family started sending him pictures and video. But what they didn't know was that they'd be pulling out of the home's driveway for the last time.
It's really hard. As much as I want to go home, I know I can't just because I don't have anywhere to go to, really. We're 100% sure that it's gone. We haven't had any confirmation, but all my parents' friends that live up there have gotten confirmation, and that whole town is leveled.
And we're pleased to tell you all of Jordan's family members made it out safe.
Still to come on tonight's 10 o'clock news, the man who helped redefine superhero has rolled the final credits. Coming up, a look at the life of Stan Lee.
Plus, we are well read on the history of the Billings Public Library. We'll check out our archives.
And a bit later tonight in sports, Mike Van Diest delivers an emotional goodbye to the Carroll College football program. Scott hears from him coming up.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.